Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Gameplay Today, and let me tell you, it's true what they say. Truly ain't no rest for the wicked. I am Alex Stadnick, and today it is 6:30 in the morning. We're recording this. I am joined by the lovely, the incomparable, the news hound, Wes LeBlanc. Hello, sir.
Let's go. 7:30 Florida time. Let's party.
It's that embargo life, baby. Wes, thank you for joining me. What are we looking at today?
So this is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm already very intrigued. There's dragons on screen. This is D&D through and through, it looks like, and I'm stoked.
Through and through, indeed. It's funny. My girlfriend, or excuse me, my fiance, to get my goat, always like any game I'm playing, she's like, "Oh, are there dragons in it?" I'm just like, "No, don't be condescending." But then there is actually in this. So the setup for this, if you don't know, is there was a successful Borderlands DLC back in the day, featuring everyone's favorite psychopath, Tiny Tina, right, where she does a D&D campaign with the characters, and this is kind of the evolution of that. You are playing as all new characters. There, obviously, Tiny Tina's back here, but Andy Samberg is in this game. Wanda Sykes is in this game, who you'll hear from in a second. Just kind of bizarre. Didn't think we'd ever have this kind of crossover here, but
right?
Yeah. So today we are going through an optional area. In the game, there's main quest, and then there's going to be it sounds like there's going to be a decent amount of side content to do in this game, and this is part of that. You are assisting little Jar there, the goblin, and in classic Borderlands fashion, you are helping them through basically they're trying to form a union, and you're you're taking out their the people who are making them work in this area here. So definitely not what I was expecting, but that's Borderlands.
No, that sounds awesome. Yeah.
So so I am a fan of the series. I played most, haven't beat. I fell off of 3 a little bit, but 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. And Wes, you're a Borderlands fan as well, right?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Borderlands. The only one I haven't played is 3 because I was kind of waiting on the new gen update, and then that happened, and I've just been perpetually busy ever since. So that is on my backlog. But the rest of the Borderlands world is such a fun place to be. It's a little crazy, it's a little kooky, but it's a good time.
Yeah, I feel the same. Not the humor doesn't always land right, but I definitely enjoy I have good memories of the series. But so I think people were wondering, with the the departure from Pandora, right? Like, what is this game gonna feel like? What is this gonna be like? And I'm happy to report that this is very much Borderlands, like, for better or worse, right? Like, this feels, and from a gameplay standpoint, that's a great thing, because it is just as fun to shoot and loot in this game as it has been in the other series, and I think probably even better, right? Because it takes those great things that Borderlands 3 did with the with the different systems, right? And it's here, but with a new kind of, not so much a new coat of paint as much as it is like, as you're seeing, right? It's the D&D aesthetics here. We're fighting goblins and Wyron versus, psychos, which I think is a nice change of pace, because,
we've been fighting psychos for like over a decade.
Yeah, for real. Like, it was time to see something a little bit different, and leaning into the D&D aspect of this has been great so far in this optional side level that I got to play through. So this is my gameplay footage. I am playing on PC, uncapped frame rate, and I thought it looked really good. It was very smooth. So we jump ahead a little bit here. I should say, before we get off this, I've split this video up into 2 classes, Wes. The first one is the Graveborn, which is which each class, if you're familiar with Borderlands, each class different abilities, right? Different focuses. And Graveborn's was it's kind of a gamble a little bit with health. And the ability you've seen it in this footage so far, but the ability I've been using is they use an AoE attack that clears out the battlefield, does some right here, boom, yeah, does some good damage,
Ooh.
some lingering damage,
Sick.
right? But you see in the bottom corner that my health went down pretty low. So worth facts. So it's kind of a fun assessment of where you're at health wise, where you're at on the battlefield. And actually, did I say this is my footage, Wes?
Yeah, you did.
I meant it's your footage. Actually, I forgot you sent this to me.
Oh yeah, that's why I went down. Yours was the one where you were doing really good.
right. No, I'm just playing. But so, and then the other ability that I had access to was if your health was low, you did this basically kind of berserker mode where your health gets boosted all the way back up, but it goes down over time. But I could be wrong on this, but my damage was increased. So
okay.
So it's kind of like I
Sounds
said, gambling.
very barbarian like in D&D terms.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm a D&D nerd, so
are you?
So I'm very I am. Yeah, I don't get to play too much these days because just getting a bunch of people together to play D&D is always a struggle.
For
but
sure.
yeah, and then I guess for some D&D nerds watching, I will say the Graveborn reminds me a lot of the Blood Hunter class, which is very risk reward in that your attacks cost your health and you got to gamble that.
Cool. I did not know that. I'm even happier that we're doing this together today. So I enjoyed this class. I think I enjoyed the next one better. But this was a fun way. And then you see too, they have a companion that I feel like. So this is a preview, right? So they have time to work on some stuff. I felt the companion. Honestly forgot it was there a couple of times, just because I felt like I was doing the, you're obviously gonna do the majority of the damage, right? But I definitely would have liked to have felt its presence a little bit more. So here we have jumped.
Is it like
ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
if
no,
you don't
go
mind
for
me
it.
asking, is the companion like a pet, or is it customizable, or what is the companion other than, is it just like a little dude that helps you out?
It is a dude who helps you out. The Demi-Lick companion, according to my notes. I didn't get a chance to do any customization. I don't know if there could be more that I just didn't get to. So
Can you pet the companion?
I didn't try. I would hope so, though.
Yeah, that's a must.
Yeah, it is a must. So here we've switched over here to the Stabomancer, which it's Borderlands, baby.
Name, yeah.
It is a name. This one was a little bit more focused on stealth and close range. Because that's one of the things they're pushing in Tiny Tina here is melee is its own. They really wanted to emphasize melee as its own thing. So you can see in my list there, I have the melee weapon slot, and so you can get new swords, that kind of stuff. So it just kind of falls in line with the rest of the weaponry that you pick up here. So.
So one thing I really like that I'm seeing here is it is a D&D game that Tiny Tina is playing, but because she lives on Pandora, or because she's associated with Pandora, it still has very Borderlands stuff. So we're getting all the systems and fun of Borderlands, it looks like, with some D&D flair, which I find interesting because it's not a massive shift away. So I think Borderlands fans are going to feel at home here, especially because not everybody's into D&D.
For sure.
Some people might prefer the more sci-fi, goofy, zany stuff of Borderlands, but I think they're still going to get their fix in Tiny Tina's.
Yeah, I agree. And with a new coat of interesting paint, right, where it's you if you're a fan of the series, what a Hyperion weapon feels and sounds like, right? And there is that a little bit here for sure. But it with that cool mythical style to it. I keep wanting to say coat of paint, but it's
Yeah.
early. My brain's still waking up. But and I as someone who has played this series for since the start, I really appreciate that change, and I think it's something that's making me even more interested, like than more so than like a Borderlands 4 even maybe would have, just because I know what those weapons look like and feel like and stuff. Um, but yeah, the Stabmancer is definitely the one I enjoyed more in my time playing it. I His special ability was he had two, right? He had one where, and I don't know which one I have on currently, but he has the ability to go invisible and just do massive critical land critical hits, which is good. It was especially too like um, okay, I do have it on right here. Yeah. I'm at 19 health there. I needed to do something to save my booty. And so that's pretty self-explanatory, but it's nice to break up the combat and position yourself in a better way. So, and then the other one that I really enjoyed too. I'm a sucker for AoE attacks, Wes. I don't know if you know that about me.
I don't, but I'm glad I do because I am too.
Yeah, frankly, I don't want to know anyone who isn't. Um, but the other one that I got to use was he has an AOE attack that it's this purple spinning blade that sucks an enemy in and does damage over time through that. That I really
Sounds
enjoyed.
amazing.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed the special abilities in this game. The other thing I wanted to hit on here was spells. That's another big difference for the game this time around. So spells replace grenades, which at
Oh,
first
cool.
sounded like grenades are a staple of any FPS, right? So it's like, okay, like
Yeah.
what is this gonna look like? What is this gonna feel like? And I'm happy to say that I genuinely have loved it so far. You can see that I use it on our goblin friend here. They are you can loot them in the world, right? They are not a finite resource like they were like grenades were, right? Where it's like if you ran out of
Yeah.
grenades, you ran out of grenades. They are they're on a cooldown. Some of them, and there's different like there's different elemental attacks, but there's also different like buffs, and there's like that was just I had just tapped left bumper to shoot that out, right? But there's some where it's like you have to hold down the left bumper to use and that kind of stuff. So there's a nice variation there, and that's probably the thing I'm most excited about for this game is mixing and matching those with my abilities.
Yeah, they look really cool. I can already tell that they have a good feel.
Yeah, definitely. And I was just that was the thing. I started this demo, and I had a couple already like in my inventory, but I'm very excited to see more. I think we're showing off that one is the ice attack, right? But I had one to start where where I called down a meteor, right, and just like blew away the
Ooh.
battlefield, and I loved that one, right? And so I'm really enjoying this system so far. It does differentiate itself from grenades in a meaningful way, I think, because sometimes grenades were hit and miss in the first couple of games because like
Yeah.
if you just looted basic grenades or whatever, just you felt it, right? Whereas this, it's like, oh, I'm actually like genuinely excited to find more of these spells, and they're on the
Probably
same
going to be a
system.
lot more too compared to like grenade types. I bet there's going to be dozens of spells.
Yeah, definitely, which is exciting in itself. And it's on the same weapon or leveling system as the armor and weapons, where it's there's green spells, blue spells,
Okay.
like that kind of stuff. So
Rarities associated with it.
exactly, yeah, which makes me happy. So, yeah, I know I don't have the usual like let's go in my voice right now, but like I said, we're we're just waking up. But this is more like I've been very happy with my time playing the demo. I've played through it twice now with the two different characters, and I do think if it's a double-edged sword, right? Like if you really like Borderlands, at least like the shooting aspect of it, right? This isn't a huge departure, but it's doing nice things that me as a fan since what I think 2009.
9, yeah.
Yeah. Can feel energized about because I like the systems that they're adding here. I like some of the quality of life stuff they're doing, and that's something I'm excited about more so than probably if they were announcing something that's, yep, we're going back to Pandora,
Yeah, ain't no rest for the wicked plays in the trailer, and
exactly
some spiritual reboot or something like that. Yeah,
yeah, but it's like an emo version of the song. It's really slow. It's a horror game. Yeah. I don't know, Wes. How about you? If you liked what you've seen so far?
I like a lot what I've seen so far, and I'm feeling like this is going to be a day one for me, especially because this year's been packed with games, but not so much on the shooter side. And Borderlands is a very good shooter, and at the heart of this is shooting still. And then you throw in some D&D flair, and I'm all about it.
For sure. And I said a double-edged sword, right? Because if you don't like Borderlands humor, like I haven't got a sense for like it being as like crude maybe, but it's definitely like there. It's in your face still. Like it is very much a part of this game. But if you like Brooklyn Nine-Nine or like Lonely Island, right?
There you go.
Like Andy Samberg is in this game. Like Wanda Sykes,
That is pretty wild.
who is fantastic too. Like
Yeah.
she's in this game, so like maybe it'll be a little different, right? But Tiny Tina's still running the show.
Yeah.
So
Ashley Birch.
Ashley Birch,
She's having a good year.
yeah, good couple of months. But yeah, so like if that's not your cup of tea, or if something like bothered you about the shooting before, that's still here, right? Like it's still Borderlands at its core, and that part of it's not going to be super different. So, yeah,
I like to hear.
Yeah. Any parting thoughts, my friend?
No, I mean, I'm super excited. I think this game comes out March 25th on basically, all your consoles except Switch and PC. And this is a game I'm excited to play with some friends, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm excited to try or to get the full experience, right? I didn't get to try co-op and whatnot. Also, I played this on PC. Quick note. But Wes, thank you for getting up with me so early. Viewers, thank you for watching. Look forward to more stuff on Tiny Tina as the weeks go on. We're getting closer. We're less than a month. Less than a month away from release. So, thanks for watching. Be good to one another, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.